Hi guys, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. I'm bringing to you today another game, which will be unboxing and actually talking about. This will be Undaunted Battle of Britain. Um, I played Undaunted from its first installment, Undaunted Normandy, when the reinforcements, North Africa, and of course Stalingrad. Now, this year, we are getting something completely different because the system, which is very well known, of creation of a hand, so this is a deck building game. This is being brought to the aerial combat, and very interesting times of the aerial combat. So, Battle of Britain during 1940, when the Poland fall, Belgium fall, Norway fall, France fall, Denmark fall, it was the Great Britain who was fighting in the Europe alone, and a lot of pilots, Allied pilots, mainly UK-based pilots, but also Polish pilots, Czech pilots, and other nationalities pilots were taking part in this very important and crucial for the course of the war engagement. Today we'll have a look at the content of the game, we'll look at the components, we'll also analyze a little the rules. The game is of course by David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin. This is the duet which was with this series from the beginning. First of all, this is not overly big, let's say, box. It's something we get used to from the start. The Stalingrad was slightly much bigger, but that one comes back to the usual sizes. So this is a small box, although thick. At the back we have some information. We see how the modular map will look like, how the counters will look like. First time we have a counters which have direction of fire, as you can see here, so where they are heading, and also the cards, which is a backbone of this game. At the front we have 3 pilots. We have evidently British plane just shooting down the German plane. There were some discussions about the pilots and the cover discussions whether actually all of those nationalities which are shown here took part in the Battle of Britain. You can read about this on the Board Game Geek. It's pretty interesting discussion. It's suffice to say, depending how you look at this, you had some people from, for example, India or from the colonies taking part in the Battle of Britain, not necessarily being the actual pilots, of course, immediately. You had also a lot of additional nationalities which were not the Commonwealth, let's say, subjects, like I already said and told you, the Polish pilots, the Czech pilots, and others, which I would also love to see in such a game. Okay, anyhow, let's have a look. The box is really sturdy, thick one, good stuff. And here we have first of all 2 books, and this is of course something which Osprey Publishing get us accustomed to. So the graphics and how does it look like. So we have a rule book and we have a scenario book. I really appreciate that those 2 things are separated. That's much easier to operate. Rule book is not overly long, it's like 20 pages. By the way, these are not overly complex games, so I played a lot of them with my kids, for example. The rule book tells us about the components, about the cards, about the decks, the suppression. This is something new and interesting, because as you can see, number 5, fire lane. So you can see how those planes will be actually firing. Stuka will fire backwards. Of course, it will be delivering the bombs also because it's a bomber. And Henkel will have possibility to shoot at every adjacent field. Yeah. We'll have also ships which can only sail. This is something new. Okay, and yep, we would have also markers which will be used during the game, like barrage, balloon markers, clouds, anti-aircraft artillery, the ships. The map is modular, and it was always modular for Undaunted, but this time the shape of the modules looks differently. They are not, let's say, square, but they are hexes. You can say that Undaunted for the first time entered the area of hex games. Yeah, indeed, we would have hexes here. And here's the example of a setup. I believe this is the introductory scenario, which shows us a couple of planes which are, all amassing in one place and intercepting one another and converging somewhere in the middle here. And more of the rule book. As always, all of the actions explain move actions, card actions. There should be also combat actions. Yeah, exactly. Now, this is a good example of a line of fire. This can fire here, but not here and not here. This is, I believe, the example how concentrated fire will look like. And when I was looking at the card, you will see there will be something like coordination. So most probably would be able to attack with a couple of the planes against the enemy. Okay, more information and how the game ends. So this is the rulebook, classical Osprey Games rulebook. And then we have a scenario book. Just quick look. We have 11 scenarios. And we can play something our campaign. This will not be the experience like we have with Stalingrad, where you can promote, or maybe you can suffer casualties in your deck and have lower quality troops, or the situation when the Stalingrad map buildings were changed. No, here it's more like tracking who has won which scenario. So this is starting deck and supply standard thing, and here is the introductory scenario which you also saw in the rulebook. It shows what is at the beginning what is in the supply and what is in the hand. Yeah, which is the deck and supply explanation, and which tiles are being used. The scenarios will get more and more complex with time. For example, here we have the ships which are being, I believe, attacked by the Germans. Here we have a scenario with clouds. Another scenario where the balloons are being used. So this is the raid already on the English coast. Here we have clouds and some interception. Okay, that looks interesting. The ships, the clouds, the balloons. There will be some maneuvering here, definitely. Here we have a lot of suppressed planes already from the beginning. Would be interesting to understand. And as you can see, more and more scenarios with the last one. Yeah, the largest one, most probably using majority, if not all, of the counters and of the map types. Okay, so this is the scenario book. Now let's look at the counters. The Osprey really does a great job with the components. You can see beautifully printed Heinkel and BF109. Here we would have what? BF110C. So these are the Germans. And this is, I believe, the initiative. Here we have ships, and you can see which direction they move. Yep, this is it. And the ship has a shield of 8 or 6, depending on the type. For the planes, you can see this is 6, 5. Okay, be careful if it's not upside down, 7. So probably no terrain modifiers, or maybe for the clouds or something like this. More like those modifiers here of the armor in brackets, let's say. What do we have here? Spitfires, BF109. Okay, another Spitfire. These are anti-air. Here we would have already class. Oh yeah, so if you're in clouds, I believe it's +2 to your defense, to your armor. Yeah. Okay, here we have some additional things which make armor higher, most probably. And the third sheet of counters. Here are the balloons, also +2, and there can be no plane. But how +2? Probably if you shoot through this, the armor of the opponent you're shooting at will be +2. We have hurricanes, defiance, but fire here still. I believe the colors also mark the squadrons. That's what I assume. And here are the suppressed ones. Okay, beside of this, we have, of course, the tiles. As you can see, we have a lot of them. These are the 3 hex tiles, which are water on one side and the grassland on the other side. Here we have the tiles, most important tiles, from which you build the map. So this is sea and land tiles. Okay, this is fully land tile. This is sea. This is okay. All of them are sea here. Plenty of them. Really a lot with different landscape. I like it. Oh, we have airplane. We have airbase here. I like how much, let's say, attention was put to all those details. Yeah, the woods, beautiful. This is really nice game, nice looking, as always with Undaunted. It's something I need to stress. Then, as I believe always, we have D10s, 4 of them. That's usually maximum which you can roll. Okay, and then we have 2 card let's say groups for the Germans and for the Allies. Let me open. It's usually during my unboxing the most difficult part of shooting the unboxing. It's not actually shooting it, but opening the cards during this shooting. They tend to be really nicely packed and you know, okay, and really thoroughly protected. Okay, let me see the Germans. So we have 9, and I believe 9 would be the highest. This is squadron communications. It can bolster, so just a reminder, you can take the cards from supply to your deck which you are playing. You have command, which allows you to take 2 cards from your deck to your hand. We have guide. I believe you can move one of your counters on the map, and we have coordinate. This is something new, and I have a suspicion that coordinate will allow you to fire with a couple of planes at the same time. Okay, when we have section comms also, so it's something like squad leader. Yeah, squad leader from the previous, and this section comes are per color. Yeah, yellow, red, green, and purple. Yeah, so we have 4 of them, or 5 section comes here. So we have like 5 platoons. Here are squadrons, and then in them we have particular planes like BF 109, move, maneuver, attack. And probably 23 has different different strength depending on the target. It was usually in the Undaunted. What else do we have? BF 109E, ace. This is ace. Okay, let's see the difference. This is ace. This is not ace. That one has a higher initiative, but the numbers are the same. Let me see if we have some other aces to check. Not necessarily. Okay, any other types of planes? Let me move here. Heinkel. Yeah, and you see, these are the squadrons. So they have those, let's say, how do we call them? Section comms. And those would be something like snipers, mortars in previous games. most probably. Yeah, maneuver, attack, bomb, Heinkels. You have Stukas, and of course you have the Fog of War. Okay, pretty nicely looking cards. Let me put them already here. A pretty nice storage solution as always from Osprey. We are getting already pre-prepared, let's say, shape here, which allows us to store everything nicely. I will try to use it in a moment. And here we have a British, as you can see. Squadron communication the same, and then we have also sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the same, but we have anti-aircrafts, we have ship, and then we have squadrons, platoons, and Hurricane Ace. Again, the difference is in the initiative 6 versus 5, so that you can see. Hurricanes, more hurricanes. Defiant, okay, Spitfire. So here we have a differences between the planes. A slight difference also in the parameters. Yeah, definitely there is. And then we have Spitfire Aces. Wow, nice. And we have Fog of War. And by the way, when you have an ace, okay, I believe this shows the upgraded value. Yeah. Yes, does it? No, this is the same. So just curious why this starts here. Okay, so this will be the British. And that way, we actually went through the all components of the Undaunted Battle of Britain. That was everything, guys, for today. Just a brief unboxing, brief first look at the game. Looks pretty cool. That I have to say, beautiful, really nicely produced, really nicely, designed. I'm very curious about the gameplay itself. I can tell you that I'm rather fond of the individual scenarios being played one by after another. Stalingrad was a special experience for me. It's good the series comes back to its roots. I think this is completely okay and completely positive. I will create more materials, that's for sure. For now, I will finish the unboxing by simply pulling all the counters and storing them. And we'll of course come back to you with more materials on this interesting game. That's all for today. Hope you like it. If so, give a thumbs up. If you'd like to comment, ask, maybe share your opinion, use the section down below this video. Also, in case you would like to be up to date with the content I'm creating, kindly please click the bell, so simply subscribe. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me, and see you in another material. Thank you.